I think it was a good learning experience. We know what it takes to win in playoffs, and I felt like we put a pretty good effort. And yeah, it was a lot of highs and lows. And had a really good start of the year, and then we kind of hit a little slump, a little speed bump, and then we ended off strong. So it was a good way to see the boys face some adversity, and for the young guys to see what it takes throughout a long year.
It did look like it may have been a younger team, but your nucleus here, the leadership group, was a lot of experience, and not necessarily everyone wore an A on their chest, but you were one of those guys. How did you feel like the younger guys kind of responded to some of that adversity?
Yeah, it definitely was not one or two or three leaders. It was definitely everybody, even the young guys. You have guys that lead by example, like what they did on the ice, what they did in the gym. So everybody was a leader in our room, and that's how we had such a tight bonded group that we had throughout the year, and that's what prevailed us to make playoffs and go on a little run.
When you look at the end of the season, the team goes on a real big run, but you missed a lot of that. Was it kind of hard to feel like your team's doing so well, but you can't help contribute and make the team do even better?
It was terrible.
Yeah.
It was brutal. I mean, you want to be there tail end of the year. That's when the games are really mattering, and yeah, you definitely want to play and help out the boys, but they're giving me a good show, and I was enjoying watching what I could, and yeah, I was just taking care of myself. I mean, the concussion is definitely an injury that you can't really rush. So yeah, it was a tough situation, but I made it back, and we almost had them, San Jose.
Did you feel 100% in the playoffs when you played those games?
Yep.
Yeah. That game, the way that Game 5 ended up going, where you guys had the lead, great goaltending performance, going to overtime, and then to fall on that shorthanded goal, was it kind of a tough pill to swallow?
Yeah, it'll stick with you for a little while, but I mean, that's hockey. Teams get good opportunities, they got good players. I mean, if we had a couple opportunities, but it was a long game. Give total credit the way we played in our defensive zone and the way Johnny came in and Riddy started. Those goalies are two good goalies, and they were our backbone all year, and they showed it when the games mattered.
It's probably a little bit early to look at the business side of hockey, but right now you're an unrestricted free agent going into next season. You're going to take a little bit of time here to figure out what your next opportunity may be, or maybe even coming back here.
Yeah, I think it's awesome here. I mean, the guys are good, coaches are awesome, GM with Brad all the way down. So it's definitely on my list for something I would do. And yeah, I'm going to take some time away from the rink. I'm going to go for a little drive all the way up to Edmonton, go to the coast, and yeah, enjoy life a little bit, and then get back to work in a couple weeks.
You know, there was one story over the course of the year that I think didn't get reported, but was really cool. A young kid you kind of befriended over a couple of community events where he became a big hockey fan, a big Matt Frattin fan, Logan, and you still know him. I mean, can you kind of tell us a little bit about the bond that you create with fans, especially in kind of like a non-traditional hockey market here in Stockton?
There's another one, Sage, too. But yeah, Logan wrote me a card, and I still got to write him back, but we were busy, so I'm going to be writing him back in this off season. So it's it's awesome to get back to the fans, and especially with the market we're having here in Stockton, California. We're trying to build the game, and the more things you could do with the community and with the fans to have them support you, that's what gives us our job. So it's definitely one thing on my list to get back to the fans.